Did you know that you can actually personalize your Zoom waiting room? Well, in today's video, I'm going to walk you step by step through doing just that. Now, I don't know about you, but I have had people come to me and say, when I try and go to your Zoom link, it just tells me waiting for the host or whatever it might tell them. And so what I want to do is share with you in this video exactly how to make it so that it's more customized to you and to your audience, so that when they do get to that screen, they're not wondering if they're just waiting for nothing or if they done something wrong. Because some people don't realize that Zoom now essentially puts you into a waiting room before your people will be allowed to join. Now, you can obviously change this in the settings, but I highly recommend that you actually keep it on and you allow your participants to join the meeting and come into the waiting room first. So let's dive into exactly how you're going to go ahead and create a beautiful customized Zoom waiting room. Now, there are limited features in this, but I'm going to show you each one that you can do something with. And it just makes it feel a lot more, homey and more personal, almost as if you're inviting them into your home. So let's get started. The very first thing you're going to do, of course, is sign into your Zoom account. And I highly recommend that you do this on a desktop because you cannot really change these settings anywhere else. So on the left-hand side here, once we are inside of our account, we're going to head on over to where I have highlighted in blue, settings. So you're going to go ahead and click on settings. It will bring you into this little screen here where you can then see all of the settings that are available for your meeting. In the settings panel, you're going to navigate down to where you see security and waiting room options. So here we see security and here we see waiting room options. So that's the next step that you're going to follow, is go and find security, head on over to waiting room options. And then what you're going to do is we're going to change the default, please wait, the meeting host will let you in soon. And how we're going to do that is first, we're going to click right here where it says customize waiting room. So click on customize waiting room. It's going to open this other screen. Now, I hope that you can see this screen, but if you cannot see this screen, don't worry, you can still follow along with me in the directions because you will be seeing the screen as you're following this video. So it's going to bring up your customized waiting room section, and you're going to notice that the first thing you can do is you can change right here with this little pencil. If you click on that, we can then change this. Now we're limited to 64 characters, and that you just need to know so that when somebody does come to your waiting room, this is just the little message that they're going to see. So we have to keep it short and brief. So I highly recommend that you pre-write this just so that you know exactly what you're going to type in. And I'm going to just change mine to say, welcome to the waiting room. I will let you into the call very soon. Oh, that's too much. This is why I recommend writing it down first so you can know how many characters it is. Okay, there we go. So I wrote, welcome to the waiting room. I will let you in soon. Then you're going to click on the little check mark here, which is going to essentially save that for you. So now you can see it says a little thing comes up that says your settings have been updated, and you can see now it's updated to that. So the next step that we're going to do is we're going to add in our personal business logo. And if you don't have one, that's okay. You can just put a picture of your smiling face. And at this time, this feature, just so you know, is only available to pro accounts and above. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go and grab my logo here. One little tip about the logo. Now, if you go into Canva and create this, you're going to see down at the bottom of the screen in your customized waiting room section, it's going to say logo minimum width or height is 60 px and cannot exceed 400 px. So you want to make sure that you're not loading something up that is smaller than that or too large and is like massively bigger than that, right? For the simple reason that it won't look great. So you're just going to click on the pencil. We're going to go ahead and we're going to add the logo. So I'm going to just find that on my computer here, and I'm going to add in my logo. So my computer is just searching for my logo. And there we go. I'm going to open it. And what's going to happen is if you don't have a logo that meets that expectation of the height and the limit of that you can't exceed, you're going to get this little red thing here, which basically means, I'm sorry, but this is too big and it's not going to work. So if you need to fix this, simply head on over to Canva and you can go ahead and click create a design and custom design. And we know that the width and height cannot be more exceeding than those parameters. So basically we can go ahead and we can we're going to make a custom dimension of 60 by 400. And I'm going to create a new design. And basically what's going to happen is, actually, I'm going to do that the other way. I want it 400 long by 60 tall. Great. There we go. And you can't see me doing this, but I just want to walk you through it just so you can understand what it is that I'm doing. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload that same logo that I tried to upload that showed you that it had an error. And I'm going to upload this into that specific dimensions in Canva, okay? So that this way, when I load it into here, into the zoom area, it's going to be the right dimensions that I need. So there we go. And I'm just going to make this a bit bigger. And doop, doop, doop. And center that. Okay, perfect. Now I'm going to download it to my computer. And when you're choosing the file, it says your logo should be in GIF, JPEG, or PNG format, and it cannot exceed 1 megabyte in file size. So keep that in mind when you're downloading it. You're going to want to make sure that you choose one of those options, and you can then save it to your desktop, which I'm just doing. And then what we're going to do is we're going to click this again, and I am going to go to my desktop, and I'm going to go down to logo for Zoom, because that's what it is, and I'm going to open it up. And now you'll see that because I created that in Canva at those dimensions, we can now upload it. So there we go. Your meeting topic will come up here. And the last thing you can do is add a waiting room description, and we can just write, hello, welcome to the waiting room area. Please sit back and relax as we get everything set for you. Once we have this completed, we will admit you, I guess, because that's what they call it, to the Zoom meeting. And there we go. And I'm just going to say, thank you for your patience. Boop. Okay, and little tip here, I'm going to give you just a small little tip. If you press Control Command and your space bar on a Mac computer, you can actually get a little tiny emoji bar that will come up, and I'll share this in another video for you so you can also know how to do that. And then I'm just going to stick this little heart guy in there, and you can see now I have that little heart, and then it simply is a matter of pressing the same check mark. So that gets saved, and now that's saved, and then we would click close. So now that you know how to create your very own customized waiting room, send me a screenshot of your customized waiting room. And don't forget, get your client feedback or your participant feedback on whether your information in your waiting room area was clear enough for them that they could understand exactly what it was that you needed them to do, which is simply sit back, have a sip of tea, and wait for you to add them in to the waiting room.